Hi everyone, I'm here today to do a review of the two albums by my two favourite bands that came out this year. This was asked by Omar Jimenez, I think his name is, I'm sorry if I've pronounced it wrong, to do the Quantum Enigma by Epica, but of course Within Temptation also released Hydra this year, so I thought I'd do both together in one, and it's basically like 2014's releases of some of my favourite bands. As we all know, I'm into the symphonic metal scene, and these two are two of the greatest bands in that genre. So for me, it was kind of a good year for music. Not the best, as you know, only two out of my favourite bands did anything new. Actually, the Unicorn might have done something, but they've kind of gone down in my estimations, and so I haven't really followed them since they did the Shallow Life album. But excited for Nightwish next year, and Amy Lee did do a solo project this year, but I've already spoke about how I feel about that, and if she'd released that album on CD I probably would have bought it, but I don't like downloading albums, so sorry Amy, get back with Evanescence please. Anyways, moving on from that, I'm going to review the two big albums of this year in my eyes, both of which I went to see the concerts for the tour for both albums. I've also got a t-shirt that was released for both of these albums, so I have supported both these albums a lot this year, and I'm very happy about them both. So first things first, we're going to do Hydra by Within Temptation. As you can see, I do have quite a nice deluxe edition of it. You open it up and there's the first CD in this little patch here. I don't want to take it out too much, but there we go. That's the actual album Hydra, the basic album. And then if you open it up, you've got a little booklet, and it's got pictures. It's got pictures of the band, and it's got pictures of them performing live. And I don't want to go too much into it. Don't want to spend forever and a day on a thing, but it's basically the Hydra tour, pictures of them making Hydra and doing the tour. And then in the back you have this special bonus disc, and it's a little book that's an album. There's no actual casing. This is it. So it's like a book. And on the second disc is basically some of the what they're called, the covers that they did, the pop covers that they did, the ones that are obviously more popular. Though for me, Dirty Dancer, you should have put Crazy on there, just saying. And a couple of demo versions of the songs that are on the actual proper album. So that's what you get with this edition of Hydra. This album, I would probably say, is a 4 out of 5 stars. It's not the best Within Temptation album, but I enjoyed it, and obviously it's got 4 stars. In my eyes, their best album was The Silent Force, but saying that, The Unforgiving, when I first got it, would have given it a 4 out of 5, and now that's a 5 out of 5. It's grown on me so much. It's got some of my absolute favourite Within Temptation songs on it. Lost. Oof. That's up there. That's one of the best songs they've ever done. So Hydra might grow on me like the last album did. But at the moment, as we speak, my favourite song is Let Us Burn, which is actually the first song on the album itself. And my favourite single, not to be Mrs. Obvious, but Paradise. I mean, it has Tarja Turunen of Nightwish fame in it. What more do you need? It was symphonic metal magic. To see those two come together, it's to see Sharon and Tarja on the same picture together, actually in the flesh, singing, right, yeah, excitable to say the least. The problems with this album, because I do have a couple of issues, is why is there so many collaborations? I'm not saying they're bad, but some of those, we'll get onto the bad points. But I feel they felt like they couldn't sell their album themselves as them. They had to have 1 million billion guest stars on it. I mean, there's only 4. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4 guest stars, which is a lot though for an album. And now I'm going to talk about the weak links of this track, which are both guest stars. Right, so, Dangerous. I love Howard Jones. He is one of the greatest singers in the metal scene. What the hell did they do to his voice in this song? Like, that effect that they put on his voice, I don't like it. I really don't. And it just sounds like he's just like screeching. That man has got such a beautiful voice. Why? And second of all is Exhibit. Like, I don't even have a justification for him. Like, with Howard Jones, I love him, but what? Like, the song And We Run, love that chorus, beautiful vocals from Sharon. Overall, that song, beautiful vocals from Sharon. And then this rap comes in, especially the really slow bit. It's just like meh, 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 meh. I actually can't remember the lyrics to that. That's I think that's a song I skip every time, pretty much. I don't get it, and it just bothers me. But you never know. It might grow on me. Hopefully. So this does have a couple of weaklings, like I say, with those, and the fact that it's got Dirty Dancer. I hate Within Temptation's cover of it. I hate Dirty Dancer as a song, and I hate Within Temptation's cover of it. I think it's just so beneath them, if I'm honest. But as a whole, it is a good little album. The gig I went to was in Manchester. Fantastic gig. Very happy with what I got. The t-shirt I've got is just this Hydra logo, but in orange and like yellows, and it's flames basically. It's the Let Us Burn t-shirt, which I didn't actually see a Let Us Burn gig. The only English one they did was Download, but my dad managed to find me it and bought me it as a present, so I have a Hydra t-shirt in some shape or form. So gig, great. T-shirt, I like the front, the Hydra design. The back has Let Us Burn in massive flames on it, and I'm just like, oh, cheesy metal t-shirt. So I like the t-shirt, but I've got a cardigan on. Overall album, 4 out of 5. It was good. Second best album of this year, really, when you think about it, because I'm only showing you one more. So that's Hydra by Within Temptation. The next album that I have, of course, is The Quantum Enigma by Epica. And again, I have a nice beautiful edition of this. So this one has a sleeve, pop it out, then it has the same cover. You open it up and there's Simon's beautiful face. It's really shiny, this album, and it behind Simone is, well, but not just Simone, behind the band, slight favouritism, is the little booklet for the Quantum Enigma, and it's got these like, oh, it's so shiny, I can't get the pictures to show. These nice pictures, and then you open it up, and there's even more nice things, and then it opens up into a poster of all the lyrics. Can we see? Well, I'm sure you can't read all of them from here, but and there's a picture of the band on the bottom here as well. So that's your like booklet that you get with this one. Not quite as nice as the Hydra one, but I do prefer the fact that this has got the lyrics in it, because you don't get the lyrics with Hydra, I don't think. I don't remember seeing them. I think it's just band pictures. And then you open it up again, and there is 2 discs of Epica fantasticness. The first disc is the UK, I think it's the UK, it's got to be, I'm from the UK. It is the UK edition of the Quantum Enigma, and on it is 14 tracks, and then the second disc is the acoustic versions of some of the tracks from the albums. You only get 4 tracks, but those 4 tracks are beautiful. So yeah, with this album, 5 out of 5 stars, not going to deny it. We all know how I feel about Epica. Beautiful album. It's up there with some of the great, it might be the second best album they've ever done, because Requiem for the Indifferent, just, that album. It's got some songs on it, it's got some belters on it. This could creep up to be the top one, but for now I'm going to stick with Requiem for the Indifferent. Anyways, so on this album, my absolute favourite song is actually the bonus track. I don't know if it's a UK exclusive bonus track, or if it's this edition bonus track, or what, but it's called In All Conscience, and it is beautiful. I absolutely love it. That's the best on this entire album, and the acoustic version, that's the best on the acoustic side as well. Just gorgeous track, love it. If it wasn't for that track, I would say my favourite of the actual proper set 13 songs is The Second Stone, which is the second track on the album, which is pretty much the opening song, and that is fantastic. They opened with that song, if we don't include the intro, when I saw them. I love it. Nice heavy belter of a song, just great, and it's a bit of an epic one as well. It's 5 minutes long, so Second Stone. The best single on this album, I've changed my mind so many times, but at the moment I'm absolutely in love with Unchained Utopia, so I'd say that is the best on this album. Just from watching the, I think it's Pink Pop performance of that song, that's when I got obsessed with it. Oh my god, Simone's vocals, perfection. That woman is perfection. We all know how I feel. Anyways, and again, I did go see this tour. I went to the London show. Went to the London show, which was the only UK date, and I had so much trouble getting there. Tears, stress. I actually got there just as Dragon Force was beginning, so I completely missed the first band, but it was worth it. Oh my god, best gig I've seen in a very long time, if not the best gig I've ever seen. It's up there with the Evanescence gig that I saw, the last Evanescence gig that I saw, which was in Manchester, and that was what was the tour? It was the second tour that they did for their last album. I went to the first and the second tour for that album. Anyways, it's up there with that one, and just amazing. I have not windmilled that much in that amount of time forever. I was windmilling for about 2 hours straight, or an hour and 45, whatever the actual Epica gig was. Every song was amazing. And I do have a t-shirt for this album as well. I have the Quantum Molecule, I think it's called, t-shirt, and it's got like a V top. It's like the only band t-shirt I've got that's got a V top, and it's just got like a red molecule, and it says Epica over the top of it, and it's got like a lovely little like reds and browns and golds pattern on it. I'm not really a brown person, but that t-shirt, I had to have it. I ordered it off EMP because I had to have it, and I couldn't wait like the time it would take to come from Germany, I think it is, where Epica's like t-shirts are stocked. So I bought it from there, and yes, this is my album of the year. I haven't said anything bad about this album. But the downfall for me, as with every single album ever, especially in symphonic metal, is instrumentals. I don't do instrumental music that much, so I do skip Origin, and I do skip The Fifth Guardian. My best friend's gonna kill me because she loves The Fifth Guardian. It's like one of her favourite songs ever. But yeah, if it weren't for the instrumentals, it would be an all-round perfect. But that's for every single Epica album, and like pretty much every single album with an instrumental on it. It'd be so much better if it didn't have an instrumental on it. There's very few that I actually enjoy, and they're actually on the Classical Conspiracy album, and they're like the big like classic songs. So yeah, that is a review of the 2 albums that were new releases that I bought this year, because I didn't actually buy any new releases this year apart from these 2. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much. Bye.